Did you get a wrong number? Leave your message at the sound of the shriek. No, please, don't!
Please, tell me what I'm doing here. Somebody!
Doing? You're doing what any sane man in your appalling circumstances would do. You're going mad.
I remember.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Remembering's dangerous. I find the past such a worrying, anxious place. Yes, memory's so treacherous. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights, childhood aromas, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss. The next, it takes you somewhere you don't want to be. Somewhere dark and cold, filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes of things you'd rather forget. Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes. Like children, no?
Barbara.
But can we live without them? Memories are what our reason is based on. If we deny them, we deny reason itself. Although, what's wrong with that, really? It's not like we're contractually tied down to rationality. There is no sanity clause. So when you find yourself locked onto an unpleasant train of thought, headed for places in your past where the screaming is unavoidable, remember this. There's always madness. You can just step outside and close the door on all those dreadful things that happened. You can lock them away forever.
Friends, do you suffer from that queasy, drop-in cabin pressure air-sick feeling? Well, you should, because of my handy-dandy radar disruptor. It's guaranteed to scramble all radar signals in the greater Gotham area. That's right, friends. Thanks to this smashing new invention... no military or commercial planes can safely fly over Gotham. So, if you want to avoid unhappy landings, just send $40 million to me, the Joker. That's $40 million. Operators are standing by. And remember, don't send it airmail. I love New Year's Eve. So many happy faces.
The 10-minute countdown sequence has been engaged.
Oh, my Lord.
Come, my dear. We'll get to a safe altitude, then watch the fireworks.
It's lucky you were here, Harley. The countdown sequence didn't leave Joker enough time to swing by Arkham and pick you up.
Quiet, Brett.
You were gonna come back for me, weren't you, Puddin'?
Of course, Pumpkin Pie. It's just that, well, here you are, so I can save myself a trip.
But what about all our friends? Ivy and Two-Face and Hat Guy and Lizard Man and Puppet Head and...
What about them?
Don't forget your little pets.
The babies! We can't leave the babies!
I'll buy you a goldfish. Let's go!
Armed with his newfound wealth, the Joker put together a pricey defense team to polish his less than sterling reputation.
The Joker is not some animal to be locked away in a cage. He's a thinking, feeling human being. I subjected him to a thorough psychological examination, assessing his subconscious reflex responses to the most provocative of stimuli. And I can safely say he is a criminal, no more.
How do you respond to charges that Joker is simply bribing his way to freedom?
I won't even dignify that with a response.
Hey, boss, why didn't you buy Harley a ticket out of the bin, too?
Now, Ernie, mustn't be too extravagant. Besides, it's cheaper to hire a new one. Too fat. Too small. Too old.
$137 million?
Yes, and if I don't pay up, I'll go to jail for tax evasion. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
For my fish, of course. This has all been worked out far in advance, Francis. You are merely the last tiny cog in my grand design. So don't speak to me again, okay? Now, what is everyone in town talking about?
Your fish?
I told you not to speak!
Let me ask you something. What does it matter if you send me back to the asylum if it doesn't matter to me? I've proven my point. Gordon's been driven mad. I've demonstrated there's no difference between me and everyone else. All it takes is one bad day. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day. You had a bad day once, am I right? Oh, I know I am. I can tell. You had a bad day and everything changed. Dressing up like a flying rat doesn't hide it, it screams it. You had a bad day and it drove you as crazy as everybody else, only you won't admit it. You have to keep pretending that life makes sense, that there's some point to all this struggling. You make me want to puke. I mean, what is it with you? What made you what you are? Girlfriend killed by the mob, maybe? Brother carved up by some mugger? Something like that, I know. Because something like that happened to me. Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice. My point is, I went crazy. And I'm smart enough to admit it. Why can't you? By clinging to reality, you're denying the reality of the situation. Do you ever think about how many times we've come close to World War III over a flock of geese on a computer screen? Silly goose, it's all a joke. Everything anybody's ever valued or struggled for, it's monstrous. Why can't you see the funny side? Why aren't you laughing?
Because I've heard it before. And it wasn't funny the first time.